showed me a lot of love at the 49 Arena. But like I said, we don't sugarcoat things up here, and we try to keep it straight like what it is. Something happened off the field that we don't know about. There's no way that this 49ers team just declined like that over just a matter of a couple of months. And I'm not sure what it is. I think something is terribly wrong in that locker room or somewhere in that organization, because this is just a travesty. If I was watching Purdy from last year, I would think when he comes back to this year, he develops into this quarterback that we could see, having a phenomenal career. And I'm just not getting that just from the eye test. I'm definitely not.
And Cam?
I think Mike hit the nail on the head for everybody's hurt. Ayuk is out for the whole season. He cried about his contract before the season started, but he played a game and a half. He was hurt. McCaffrey just came back a week and a half ago. Debo been in and out the lineup since the season started. Kittles is playing hurt every single week. And then you take Brock Purdy out. What does Kyle Shanahan have to work with? And he's doing the best he can. And even doing the best he can, he's still in it. So I think Mike hit the nail on the head. You can't get any continuity when everybody's always hurt. And they're trying to, like I said, McCaffrey just came back 2 days ago. Even today, I don't think he's at 100%. He had a fumble. That's very uncharacteristic for Christian McCaffrey. Then when you turn the game on, Brock's not playing. Kyle Shanahan is doing the best that he can do. But when you don't have your full team there, there's nothing you can do but work with the people that's on reserve for them. But I agree with Mike 100%.
Okay. We're going to go to break. When we return, we're going to talk about the Vikings, and y'all know we got to talk about the Giants. Don't go anywhere.
How many times before you've used SeatGeek? You're using it now with me. My name is Mase. You're going to get 10% off. When you use my name, code Mase, it comes with the money. You're going to get 10% off straight like that. And we got the hookup. So if you need that 10%, you need to be using code Mase. And here's the best part about it. When you use code Mase in this SeatGeek account, let me think about how much I really want to do for you right now. Pause. Listen to this. SeatGeek, what did it say? SeatGeek is going to give you $500 just by entering in. You may not get the 5, but they're saying they're going to give you the 5. So put your name in. You might just win. 10% off right now. Use the click in the description. Now, who knows, If they don't give you 500, I might give you 500. I'm not guaranteeing it, though. SeatGeek.
Today, the Ravens will play the Chargers. We got the brothers face off. Lamar Jackson's at 1.5 passing touchdowns. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Higher.
Okay, Cam?
More higher.
Okay, Derrick Henry's at 85.5 rushing yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
I'm going to go lower.
You said 85?
Yeah.
I'm going higher.
Okay, and Justin Herbert's at 21.5 rushing yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
How many again?
21.5, yeah, rushing.
Lower.
That's a good one. He been running last couple games. I'm going to go lower too, though.
Okay, if you guys like these picks, remember you always get a free pick if you're not already on Underdog, so make sure to support the show, sign up now, and you can make your picks too. Got to talk about the Vikings in an overtime win. They beat the Bears 30-27. The Vikings are 9-2, but still second in the NFC North, which we know is a pretty stacked division. Mike, what did you think of both teams' performances?
Well, first thing I thought about was on the Vikings when I saw that what they ended up, man. Jordan Addison going for 162 yards. Aaron Jones another 100 yards rushing. But the key part that I thought about that was going to help them was getting back T.J. Hawkinson. He had over 100 yards too. Now you start putting that tight end play in the Minnesota. We talking all of these numbers without talking Justin Jefferson. And that's the one thing I think that'll help Sam Darnold go over the top. over the last few weeks, Sam has been holding on to the ball a little bit longer. That's when they start getting in trouble, he holds on to the ball a little bit longer. But getting T.J. Hawkinson back right now, and the way he was finding him today, that's really going to help the Vikings as they get ready to move towards the playoffs. Now, the Chicago Bears, a whole nother story, because since they made that change from Shane Walden to the new offensive coordinator, he's been doing a very good job. I talked to you guys last week about how he got the ball out of Caleb Williams' hands quicker, and he did. Caleb Williams, yeah, quicker. He got out much quicker. He did that again today, and Caleb Williams made a great drive at the end to tie that game, to send it into overtime and everything. It just, so I saw a lot of improvement in the Chicago Bears the last few weeks with the new offensive coordinator, and I saw great improvement in Minnesota Vikings getting T.J. Hawkinson back right now for that offense as they prepare to go down the stretch and get ready for a playoffs, because they will be in the playoffs also.
Yeah, I think I really like what I'm seeing from Caleb Williams, the turn that he's making as a rookie quarterback. Sometimes it's better to start off not playing well and then start playing better, and then by the end of the season you're actually a stronger candidate moving forward in the National Football League to be one of those quarterbacks that stay around. At first he was looking really iffy, and I just like the way that he was playing in this game. It looked like he was poised. It looked like he was confident. And you hit it on the head, Mike, about the different of the personnel, what different personnel could bring out of the quarterback. And I don't see them winning a lot of games, but I definitely see this as hope, like Mike says, when it comes to the Cowboys. Whatever hope Mike got for the Cowboys, that's what I have for the Bears right now. Looking forward to what they'll do in the future. And this was a good step towards that. Because even them playing to the end, even though they lost, playing to the end really matters. That's the character stuff.
And Kim?
More special team shit, man. There's a lot of fucking errors on special teams in this game. One where, forget homeboy from, I don't know the special team name, but it hit the leg on Minnesota, and the Bears recovered, and vice versa. It happened to the Vikings as well. But I will say it was great quarterback play on both of these quarterbacks. Look, I never really had a bunch of faith in Sam Darnold. I'm traumatized living in New York, him coming from the Jets, 330 yards, 22 for 34 passing, outstanding game. Even Caleb Williams on the sidelines, I finally seen some passion in that nigga pause. He showed emotion, and he threw for 340 yards, even though he threw the ball. Yeah, even though he had some passion today on the sidelines. First time I ever seen him like emotional, wanting to win. Threw the ball a lot, 47 times, but he threw for a good percentage. So I like both quarterback play, but it boiled down to mistakes on special teams as well, and the Vikings got the win. Vikings are another team that can't be sneezed at. I know we keep underlooking the Vikings and saying, okay, cool, whatever, but we're getting towards the end of the season, and they're 9-2 right now. So we got to pay attention to the Vikings. And Justin Jefferson was the third leading receiver on their team. So Sam Darnold has some other weapons to throw to as well.
And I just want to add, overall, this was actually a really good game from Caleb Williams, which we all acknowledge. But I know for the Bears, it's just got to be a little frustrating because they've had a couple just really close games where they were just right there. But I think, I don't want to be like next season, but I think next season they can start kind of filling in the little pieces that they need to actually finish. That's what they need. So moving along, time to talk about the Giants. They officially released Daniel Jones, which I'm pretty sure a lot of us saw coming. We maybe just didn't know it would happen this soon. He can consider signing with the team's practice squad to begin his post-Giants journey. Mike, how do you expect his career to go?
Well, it depends on whom he lands with, where he lands, and can you find a system that could fit him? They were trying to do a lot of, because he has an ability to run also, so they were doing a lot of these RPOs, run pass options, put the ball in, pull it back out, decide if you're going to throw from that point. But the thing is, what happens a lot of times is if you don't make that right read, then you don't make the right play. And Daniel Jones has a skill set that's conducive for the offense, but he has to have also that skill set shoulders up. Now you go to another offensive coordinator, and that guy may take what you do now and incorporate it in a different offense, and you become a whole different player. Cam, I know you guys don't like hearing it, but New York is a tough place to make it in. Daniel Jones, I was with him last offseason in Princeton. We did an event together in Princeton, and I like Daniel Jones, a good guy. But I thought to myself, you took Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley. Remember Tennessee really picked Ryan Tannehill over Derrick Henry at the time, gave him the big contract, and ultimately Derrick Henry ended up leaving. And then same thing here. Giants got to be going crazy watching Saquon right now, saying, what the hell did we do that for? We should have paid him and probably, let Daniel Jones go and worked around that. But yeah. So listen, I hope Daniel Jones end up somewhere. He'll certainly get a job because he has a lot of experience. But boy, if he gets with the right coordinator, maybe he can have another career like we just talked about with Sam Darnold, or we talking about with Gino.
Man, I hear everything you saying, Mike. You can't be losing 6 straight games in New York. I don't know how they do it in the other place, pause, but in New York, you cannot lose no 6 straight at home and definitely be winless at home. This is New York. This is not Jacksonville or Tennessee. This is the Big Apple, man. You got to come to play. I understand everything you said about Daniel Jones, but I don't know if I got that kind of patience for him, like realistically. If he works out somewhere, I feel like Drago right now. If he dies, he dies. You get what I'm saying? If he's not going to show up for New York, he got to perform, man. Pause, for real, man. Like, they gave him all that money, like you said, and they let Saquon go for him. You don't get to say, well, I'll make it up on the next place that I go. You already ruined 4 to 5 years for New York. And I think people don't understand the gratitude they should have towards the opportunities they have. Like, you get to play in New York. You don't stink it up in New York and think you're going to do it better somewhere else. I know that what's his name did it. He went to Seattle and had a better career. But yeah, it's certain places you don't go to perform bad. Pause. LA is one of those. Miami is another one. New York is right there. These 3 places you go, you better show up.
Any city that's popping like that, you're right. Any city that's popping, you got to pop on that field to get them people in that stadium.
Yeah, because this is going to the media. This is big media city. These are people talking about this stuff all the time. People got to buy your jerseys. People want to walk around the neighborhood with that jersey on. This is not, I don't have that time for that. When it comes to the Bucks, I'm glad they got the win. Mayfield, he got his target back with Mike Evans. I was expecting them to win. I don't think anybody could lose in the Giants Stadium against the Giants right now. I think there's some college teams that could beat the Giants. I'm going to go on the record right now. There are 2 teams I'm thinking in mind right now that could beat the Giants. And Mike, you probably know 2 of them. I'm not telling no lie.
And Cam?
Yeah, Mike, you said you started this off saying that Cam, you hard on. It's hard to play in New York. You got to be a little lenient. It's hard to make it in New York. Mike, I'm from New York and I made it. I don't care. So imagine living here and having to make it. You lived in it. They didn't even live in it. They didn't have the rats and the roaches and the fishing roaches out your cereal, mice in your shoes. Yeah, so no, I don't have any sympathy.
Tell them,
I lived in it. Secondly,
powdered milk,
I think
blocks of cheese.
Yeah, I think, and I kind of disagree a little bit with y'all guys' perception. And I'm not disagreeing totally. I think you guys are right. You have to perform in the big city. But to me, it's even worse when you don't have a lot going on. New York got so much going on, they ain't going. You gotta win, but tomorrow something else gonna happen. 2 people gonna get killed. The Knicks gonna play. The Mets might go to the World Series. Imagine playing in a town where there's nothing else going on. Like I lived in Columbus, Ohio. Everything is Buckeyes. Even when there's no football, it's Buckeyes. So when you play in towns like Tennessee, not saying I'm not dissing any cities that I'm gonna say, because I know there's other things going on. But they're gonna be more mad because that's what they're depending on. You playing in Tennessee, Kansas City Chiefs. I know they got the Royals, but I'm saying Kansas City, you have to perform because that's what they're banking on all year round. They have no big city. That's it. Kansas City's a big city. I don't want to diss it because I'm from New York. And then like when you go to other cities, you know, growing up like in college and shit, you be like, oh, it's the city. And you be like, this ain't the city. This y'all city, but it's not the city. But those people depend on wins because that's what they're rooting for all year round. Even though Dallas is a major city, it's cowboy shit going on all year round, whether it's the Mavericks there, even though the NHL team is really good, it's the Cowboys. New York ain't even like that. We want the Giants and the Jets to win, but we ain't banking on it. We like, all right, whatever, it's another year. Even the year that they won the Super Bowl, them niggas was like 9-8 or 9-7 at the time. We didn't even think they was going to the Super Bowl, but they ended up winning. I'm talking about when Eli was quarterback. So Mase is correct. You can't be fucking up in these cities, but you go to these small cities too. They want the wins more than the big cities because that's what they depend on all year round. For Daniel Jones, I told niggas this week 2. Nigga name is Daniel. It's not gonna work.
So even in another city, Daniel won't work, Killa?
It might work. It's not gonna work in New York. We don't do Daniels.
I'm gonna have to add a list of names that you guys have. It's been Daniel, it's been Wendell. Like I don't know who else got it straight, but dang. So real quick,
it might work somewhere else.
He said not in New York. Okay, before we move on from this, so obviously the Bucks went on to beat the Giants 30-7 in New York after a touchdown. Baker Mayfield poked fun at Tommy DeVito's celebration dance by going like this. But after, he said it was actually a tribute to Tommy. So that's the first half. Second half, the Giants rookie wide receiver Malik, he said, I'm tired of going out there and losing. It's just that. Yeah. He also said, obviously, it ain't the quarterback. Same outcome when we had DJ at quarterback. Take a look, it ain't the quarterback. So, one, how do you feel about Baker doing DeVito's, dance and saying it was a tribute? And on the other side, their rookie wide receiver visibly frustrated, saying the quarterback's not the problem, Mike.
So who is it?
Let's just Baker thing. I'm okay with the Baker thing. That's all fun, and I do it. I see it. I saw it all week with Cam. Everybody doing the little Cam war thing, or the Shador thing that he puts up the wrist to what time it is. All of that I'm okay with when we're playing around like this. But Malik Neighbors did. He just shot that gun and shot that bullseye right on the coach. He was like, now y'all know. Basically, get Dion in here. That's what he said, get Dion in Shador. I know, Cam, you trying to get in L.A., but it looks like they're going to be in New York, to be honest with you, because their team is, I was like, man, I'm winning, Dallas and New York, they got to play New York Thursday. Dallas going to have back-to-back wins. That's how bad that team is. Dallas going to have back-to-back wins. That's my thing, just gone. But obviously, New York is probably right now, and I think Malik Neighbors is doing what Mike Irvin's doing, trying to get a new coach in there. That's what he's trying to do. He figured it. He was like, obviously, it's not the quarterback. What did you guys think when you heard that? You thought just what I thought. Oh, man, he's trying to get his coach out of there. He wants him gone. That's what I said. That's what I heard.
Yeah, it seemed like they're doing exactly what the Cowboys should be doing. They're tanking. And I don't know if they're trying to tank, though. That's the thing. They may not even be trying to tank. They're just playing that bad. They're not even trying to tank. I'm telling you the truth. What I'm looking at, they're not trying to tank. When I see the Cowboys play, they would have to try to tank. This New York team is one step away from being an expansion team. They gotta get some more talent in.